A mortar fires the moment a shell is dropped down the barrel. No trigger pull, no separate firing mechanism. The tube is the barrel. It determines trajectory and channels the propellant gases. The base plate sits beneath it, absorbing the blast pressure that fires each round. A heavier, more rigid base plate improves accuracy by reducing movement on firing. The bipod supports the tube and controls both range and direction. Adjusting the elevation changes how far the shell travels, while rotating the bipod shifts the bearing. Firing works like this. At the bottom of the tube sits a fixed firing pin. When a round is dropped in, its base primer strikes the pin on the way down. That impact ignites the ignition cartridge, which, in turn, ignites the propellant charges around the tail. The expanding gas drives the shell out. A sealing ring around the base of the tube contains those gases and keeps pressure directed forward. The propellant charges are modular. They can be added or removed before firing. A full charge produces maximum range. Reducing the number of charges lowers both blast energy and distance. Range is also adjusted by changing the barrel elevation angle. The nose fuse handles detonation on impact. It contains a spring-loaded striker connected to a sliding block. When the nose strikes a surface, pressure drives the striker inward, compressing it into the primer inside the block. That primer ignites the main bursting charge. To prevent accidental detonation, the fuse includes an arming safety. In its initial state, the block sits out of alignment, physically blocking the striker. A locking screw seats into a hole in the block and holds it in place. Once the screw is turned and removed, the block is free to slide. There are two detonation modes. The center primer triggers instant detonation. The left primer introduces a delay. A mode selector knob on the fuse rotates a cam that moves a guide pin between two tracks. When the pin sits in the lower track, it selects instant mode. Upper track selects delay.